Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstir Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people, that's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. If you hear my phone being in the background, I do apologise, it's over the other side there, plugged into the charger. It's my mum in New Zealand letting me know that she's been booked in for a biopsy mid next week, a bone marrow biopsy. Her blood readings are down, because she's only on maintenance chemo. It's not a cure chemo. So they're just wanting to just check what's going on at this particular time. Okay, entertainment only before they make decisions is where we go next. So good to know that she's all booked in, and family members will be taking her to that appointment. Okay, what do I want to have a look at? Sorry, Mum, for letting all your personal information out. My followers do love you a lot, and they are following very much, closely following what you're up to. Okay, what do I want to have a look at? Where do I start? So, I have put in my post section, and I really highly recommend it, a video by Double Down News in regards to the UK Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer's connections with the JE person, Jeffrey E. It's a very, very telling video about the insidiousness of the predatory class and how it has infiltrated the UK government. Entertainment only. So the US, you are not alone. This is happening around the world. Fortunately, it appears that Australia came to its senses in time and voted in a government that doesn't have connections in this ilk. The New Zealand government, there's some dodgy stuff going on there at the moment, but they had their elections prior to the latest US one. So there's some interesting stuff happening. So, where do I start? So basically what is being revealed is that, it's such a convoluted web they weave. So you've got Paul Overton, who was the former aide to Keir Starmer, being forced to resign. However, the media has made him out as a victim. Sorry, just summer. It's summer here. It's warm. Sorry, I do apologise for that. Former aide to Starmer was forced to resign after the revelation of some sexual and racial text messages that he was sending to certain individuals about a female MP in the UK. What's also being revealed, all sorts of bits and pieces, including when Mendleson, who is so scandal-ridden, so scandal-ridden, and is very front and centre in the Epps files, including the birthday book, etc. And it was known by individuals in government. Starmer would have known about this before he appointed Mendleson as the ambassador to the US, the UK ambassador to the US. He's now lost that job, but apparently Starmer tried to defend Mendleson in regards to these accusations. What's also being exposed, which I found incredibly interesting, watch the video. It was so informative and interesting. Watch the video, and it is showing all these connections. But what I found really interesting was the mention of the ex-UK Prime Minister Tony Blair. Tony Blair was Prime Minister in the weapons of mass destruction invading of Iraq, along with George W. Bush, or George II, or whatever he's called. He was full on. He was full on in regards to that. It's now been revealed that he was recommended to Epstein via Mendleson. So Mendleson introduced Tony Blair to Epstein. There are also connections there to Jamie Dimon, who was the JP Morgan banking, etc. And what I actually found interesting was that Tony Blair, as part of the Netanyahu latest ceasefire with Hamas, negotiated by the Orange Twerp, was nominated to be the joint recovery authority with the Orange Twerp in regards to Gaza. Now, I didn't really know this about Tony Blair. I didn't particularly like him, but I didn't realise that he had these undercurrent connections. So the fact that both he and the Orange Twerp, who have quite significant connections to EPS, are being put in charge with the ceasefire as for the Gaza recovery. There's just something really, really insidious about this. So I want to have a look. I did read when the election was first up, I didn't believe that, we've got this abuse of power and sabotage, etc. This betrayal, this win at any cost. What I was thinking of, and there's information coming in from overseas about ships being sent out. Now, the reason I'm questioning this is when I first read on Starmer being appointed as PM, I didn't think he would last months. I had him actually out by January of this year. However, the timeline shifted and everything changed with the stealing of the election. We've been on the honesty timeline. Yes, he would have been out. But so he's got this connection with the Orange Twerp. Now, remembering he was the one that invited the Twerp over to the UK just the other week. Basically, what happens is the government invites the individuals, and then the royals are simply just trotted out and not ordered, but expected to entertain. So this is another level of connection between Starmer and the Orange Twerp that is going to be revealed. This is what threw out, trying to not manipulate, but trying to not diffuse. What's the word I'm after? It's like manipulate, but trying to bring balance to this, trying to pouring from cup to detoxify it. But we've got here the King of Swords, and then we've got the infighting. So you've got the King of Swords, perhaps some legal action being taken. What was really interesting was the complicitness of the media, who was force-fed all these connections, this information for months and months and months, and did nothing. And we've got the abuse of power again, as I split the deck, and the dark money behind the scenes. So where do I go with this? What's going to happen to Starmer? Oh, gosh. This is not good energy for Starmer at all. The abuse of power, the betrayal, the deceit, people walking away from him, the lying, the stealing, the theft of the truth. Show me what's going to, with this information that's coming out, what is going to happen to Keir Starmer? Mendelson's just an ugly piece of work he is. Farage is going to leap all over this with glee, but Farage is just as dirty. What's going to happen with Starmer? What's going to happen? Sorry. Maybe I should be a little allegedly, and all that jazz, entertainment only. Let's have a look. What's going to happen to Keir Starmer with this information coming out of him putting into play these scandal-ridden individuals? What's going to happen with Keir Starmer? These scandal-ridden individuals, the lover's card, contracts and agreements. Oh, I've never felt good vibes off Starmer. Then I want to have a look at Blair as well afterwards. The fact that he's got this history, and I will call them the predatory class. I mean, I know we're used to calling them the elites as if they're superior to us. No, they're not. In fact, aside from the balance of their bank balances, they're way beneath us. Okay, come on, let's have a look. Here's Starmer. What's coming down the pike for you in regards to this? Right. Contracts and agreements that were made on a personal level and to be revealed. Volatile news coming forward for him. There's going to be more whistleblowers come forward with the Page of Swords bringing information and secrets, underhanded secrets being revealed in the past. Crowning this reading, you've then got the infighting happening within the Labor Party. It's just so incredibly disappointing that after the Boris Johnson, and I can't remember the guy in between, of the Timu Trump party, the Conservative Party, the Tories, there was such hope when Labor got in, but it's just falling apart. The immediate future, trying to ride in as a winner, but it's a very uncomfortable position, trying to hold on to his position as Prime Minister in the immediate future, but nobody's cheering in the background, trying to hold on to his position, trying to keep a lid on the situation externally, trying to quieten things down, but internally we've got this big stick moment. And leaving the scene. He may even leave the UK. Slinking away in the night, potentially. A lot of information is going to come out quickly. Negative information about the sabotage and abuse and betrayal and deceit and the manipulation with the magician. Certain individuals are going to try and keep it under wraps with the Four of Coins, but I don't think he's going to be able to hang on. Don't think he's going to be able to hang on. Out in the cold, abandoned. On the bottom, we've got the Empress. Could be a powerful female figure coming forward. Who is that female MP? She was amazing. Page of Pentacles, a new opportunity being presented to whoever this female is, with the death of well, I'm not saying physical death, but the downfall of Starmer, and the Justice card. Two of Swords, and then the Ace of Swords. Nightmare situation, being forced to walk away. I'm not talking about this female, this is Starmer here. He might find himself in some legal hot water due to his poor choices in the past. Okay. I don't think okay, tell me. Let's have a look. Is Starmer? Show me Starmer's future as Prime Minister. I think he would have been gone by now if they had. Who's this woman? We've got the Death, and we've got the Queen of Cups. Okay, I'm just going to bring you up. Pause you for a second and see who this was. Hang on a sec. Righto, the female that Overden was texting about was, oh gosh, I saw it 2 seconds ago. I'm terrible with names. I do apologise. Diane Abbott. the first black woman to be elected to the UK Parliament, Diane Abbott, a trailblazer who has faced horrendous abuse throughout her political career for not only being black, but also being, how dare she, a woman. Okay, so really powerful looking woman. So actually, I'll have a look at her in a sec, but show me Starmer's future as Prime Minister. So just the fact that Starmer was defending this Overton creep and Mendleson, the Epstein associate creep, instead of his MPs who were facing, being abused. Let's have a look at Starmer's political future. And then I might have a look at Diane Overton. Yeah. He is got his hands tied as more and more truths come out. Restricted, confined, nowhere to move as more and more truths come out about verbal contracts and agreements and arrangements that he came to with people, finding himself fully exposed for who he is. And then you've got the Ace of Swords in the past, the sword of truth cutting through, facing judgment, lying and trying to steal away with the truth. He's going to get caught, I think. There's a lot of news going to come out in regards to him internally, trying to hold on to his position. Hierophant. Just the government. The government might. Okay, yeah, the world, it's at an end. The voters will speak with that Ten of Cups. It's a nightmare situation for him, and he's going to be forced to walk because he has become too much of a liability. With that Ten of Wands, he is then going to face some justice about potentially payments that he got in regards to the abuse of power that he made. Got the Wheel of Fortune. Karma's going to come and get him. There's information coming out about money. You've got the infighting, you've got the devil, and you've got the foolishness. This is not good for Starmer. I suspect he is going to find himself he's going to be forced to resign because there's actually more scandal that's going to come out, is what my guides are telling me. There's going to be more comes out about conversations that were had, agreements that were made that are just beyond the pale. Okay, so it almost feels like this dam is, but yeah, see you later. Women bringing the truth, and see you later. I think he's gone. Okay, let's have a look. Diane Abbott. I want to have a look at Diane Abbott. And then I'll move on to Blair. Let's have a look. Diane Abbott. Oh, gosh. She might be getting the top job. So you've got this independent, powerful female who knows her own worth, and some sort of announcement coming from the government house. Show me, what do we need to know about Diane Abbott? I didn't even look to see what party she's in. I'm assuming she's in. Let me have a look. Because the way it works is you have to be nominated the leader of the party that has the has control of the house. Hang on a sec. Right, she is an independent, so that means she's not the head of a ruling party. When I say ruling party, I mean like Democrats and Republicans. You know, what would happen if the one that had the most seats gets to choose the leader? So we've got lies and tying to the devil, but that's not Diane. I want to have a look. She's the independent for Hackney. What's her future look like? So as the scandals of those that were indulging in this devil energy get revealed and they leave, brings about an ending and they leave, looking at you, Starmer, Let's have a look at, right, women coming together, bringing about change, bringing strength, and bringing an end to this male moneyed patriarchy. She feels amazing. Let's have a look. Diane Abbott. What do we need to know about the political future of Diane Abbott? Right. Working together with others behind the scenes. Just my dark money card as well, but I'm not feeling it. It's not giving off dark vibes. So this is planning going on behind the scenes here about something. Could be naivety, the challenge being something fully exposed. Could be the dark money with in regards to Starmer being fully exposed that puts her into a position. But let's see, Diane Abbott. Actions having consequences, divine justice. Plan being put into place in the past, but the ship's not yet coming in. Three of Wands. The opportunity being presented. Now, the governments do have a tendency to put females in leadership roles when they're completely stuffed up and they need someone to fix it. But it's an opportunity being presented. The immediate future is this King of Cups. A mature, independent, emotionally mature, diplomatic male energy. Doesn't need masculine energy, doesn't need to be a male, but it's about action, bringing forward leadership, mature, empathic, compassionate leadership. We've got the Chariot, riding in as a winner, moving forward internally, the ending, with an ending and a new beginning being brought about internally. The offer being made. So we've got the offer here, the outcome, the Page of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Moon card, the lunacy. Secrets being revealed. Page of Swords can be bringing forward a new truth. King of Wands can be about enacting a plan. Secrets being revealed. And then we've got that Queen of Swords. But disappointment. Unity. Women coming together in support. An uncomfortable victory. And we've got here the powerful, independent female. Then you've got the infighting. And then the Ace of Swords. She might be off. Yeah, we've got on the base, we've got the Seven of Pentacles looking at the options. But the Three of Swords, feeling betrayed and moving on. We've got the Lovers and the Devil, and both times you've got these two figures tied to the same entity. I'm just getting that she may be offered a top dog position, position in cabinet or even the prime ministership if she becomes the member of Labor Party, but I don't think she's going to take it. I think she's going to face too much. I think she knows that if she does, she will have betrayed those who voted for her, her constituents, and she's really just going to put herself in the pit if she does. So I don't think she's going to, but watch this space. Oh, hello, sneaks. I don't know. Did you see a sneak past or not? I think she's She may be offered the position, but I don't think she's going to take it. Okay. So I don't know who's going to get in after Starmer. Goodness me, who do they choose? There seems to be a dearth of good politicians around the world at the moment who are there for, mind you, the young guns in the US that are coming through. Not the Pelosi's and the Schumers and the Ken Martin. Who's Ken Martin? Head of the DNC, believe it or not. Wouldn't know unless you actually went looking for it. Are on the way out. The young guns are coming through. So, and they are amazing. So yeah, okay. So I'm glad I looked at Diane Abbott. No, she doesn't. I don't think she may be offered it. Might be tempting, but no, I don't think she's going to join any party to for the sake of the prime ministership. So I'm not going to look at the prime ministership yet. We'll wait a little bit closer to the event because there's a lot. Goodness me, at the moment, a day's, it used to be a week's a long time in politics, but at the moment it's a day. We'll have a look at Tony Blair. Tony Blair. If you're wondering what deck I'm using, it's this deck here. The Smith-Waite Centennial Edition. Tony Blair. Well, this flung out. Poor choices made on greed and power and addiction and all the rest of it. Right, what do we need to know about Tony Blair? He's been nominated along with the Orange Twerp as the head of the Gaza Recovery Authority if the ceasefire, peace agreement, whatever it is agreed upon. Netanyahu, I don't know if it was earlier, no, the previous reading is going to do something really stupid with the flotilla that the IDF have now boarded and seized. But we knew that was coming. The guides said that when they left the Mediterranean that was going to happen, that they were going to be boarded and seized. But Netanyahu is going to do something really stupid there. But Tony Blair, let's have a look. Tony Blair, what do we need to know? Oh, gosh. There's going to be this card in this particular reading video. Goodness me, it's making a big comeback. The moon card, secrets being revealed. Oh, yucky, yucky, yucky. Ten of Swords on the bottom there. The legal action or simply the truth bringing about his downfall. Okay, his challenge is a false victory, a perception of victory, claiming victory when he didn't win it type thing. I'm not talking about when he was PM, I'm talking about the here and now. Trying to sell the story type thing and claiming, media victory. But let's see where it goes. At the foundation, the energy stewing in. Oh, my ears are suddenly ringing. 10 of Cups, end of diversity, end of a cycle of some sort, end of a happy family. So there's also my voter energy. So let's see where this goes. In the past, we've got the King of Cups. It's not Starmer, I'm telling you that right now. In the past, who was Prime Minister? Oh, Corbyn. And what was Jeremy Corbyn like? For some reason, that name's sticking there for some reason. Who was Prime Minister before Tony Blair? Let's see where this goes. Again, this Ace of Pentacles, an offer being made. Could be fool's gold here as well, but this big opportunity being presented to him. The immediate future, you've got the Hierophant, the higher authorities making some sort of ruling here. An announcement coming out of Westminster. Big announcement coming out of Westminster. Internally, we've got that offer again. Right, where's this going to go? Hopes and fears, the Emperor, the my way or the highway dictatorship control, eyeing off this government. Is he going to make another run for government? The High Priestess, hidden agendas as the outcome. Page of Pentacles, information about money coming out. And legacy, oligarchical money, but end of a cycle. And then we've got an investigation that will bring about an ending for him and disappointment and loss. And then we've got legal action coming forward. Oh boy. But on the base, the Ten of Swords, harsh truth coming forward about something he's done in the past. Is he going to make... Is he going... Okay, let's have a look. Tony Blair. He sort of had this boyish charm and good looks when he was Prime Minister, which sort of fooled a lot of people at the time, probably including me, because he looked like one of the good old boys type thing. Not, the good young boys. He looked like, someone coming through who had that sort of energy. But let's have a look. Is Tony Blair going to make another... Is he going to re-enter US politics? Is Tony Blair going to try and re-enter US politics? I don't even know what party he was Prime Minister of, but is Tony Blair going... Is he going to be offered to re-enter UK politics? Well, there's the offer. Justice. Mercenary justice and the big oligarchical money and legacy. I'm getting that certain entities want him to protect certain entities from justice. Page of Swords, but there's a whistleblower that's going to change everything. That's to do with Homeland Security, and he's going to find his hands tied and secrets being revealed with the High Priestess, and then he's out of there, and we've got the Death card. We've got the trying to harvest the money, on the back foot, defending as it deals and contracts and agreements with the devil are exposed. Okay, yeah, he's getting that some certain moneyed entities are wanting him to protect them from the justice that is coming. Okay, show me what we need to know about Tony Blair in regards to the Gaza Recovery Authority. In other words, bulldoze the whole lot and build a seaside resort there. Oh, goodness me. Show me Tony Blair is a supposed appointment as the Gaza Recovery Authority. Secrets getting out, back up against the wall, and the lies. Karma, the wheel turning, karma coming and biting him on the bum in regards to contracts and agreements that were made, contracts and agreements again, and you saw me put them back and poker shuffle and then poker shuffle and then poker shuffle, and there they are, the same cards back again. And legal action to do something with the gift in the past that he got from the moneyed individuals, to enact a plan for them. The Fool. There's Russia on the bottom. Russia, the Star, the Narcissism, and the Tower. It's 3 major arcana on the bottom there. There's a money trail that's going to bring about an ending for him and an investigation and legal action. It's not going to end well for Blair. Take a deep breath. harvest your garlic if you're down in the south, or plant some if you're up in the north there. Beautiful. Um, it's all coming crashing down. It's all unraveling, and the more that comes out, the more they're finding themselves exposed. It does mean the more desperate they will become to try and protect themselves, but they can't. They can't. It's just going to be too much. Okay, love to you all. Take care.